Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. It's Thursday the 25th of October. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Sites kept free of charge by the adverts that you can see around the screen here. It's those adverts that mean that we can keep the site available to you, develop it all the time as well. And by you coming back and using the adverts and using the site, using the charts, etc., it's that generates revenue that keeps it free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Got some big news coming up, I think, over the eastern coast of the States in the next few days. We got ex-Hurricane Sandy, which is trying to make landfall, but the discrepancy between the models as to exactly where it goes. This is the forecast for midnight on the 30th, so this is the forecast from for midnight Monday into Tuesday from the GFS, which you can see has it out in the Atlantic. A deep feature there, but quite innocuous, not threatening the eastern coast. But compare that with the ECMWF look, and you can see the difference here. Look, the ECMWF bringing it into northeast Virginia, the south of New Jersey, and really causing potential for some severe problems here. If this system does manage to get inland, this would be a serious event for the eastern coast of the States. But you can see there the discrepancy between the two. There's the GFS and there's the ECMWF, and this is where the National Hurricane Center position it at the moment. They're keeping it offshore as well, but there is a growing consensus amongst meteorologists that this could be more like the solution, but of course we'll keep you updated on that over the coming days. So how do things otherwise shape up? Well, back home things are going to be turning colder. Here's the temperature graph again for London from the GFS ensemble. You see it just falling off there, but really the tale told better by this chart. This is the change in temperature in the next 24 hours, which you can get from the weather website. Go to weather charts, and then down the left hand side you'll notice there's the option here under the Herland model for 24-hour temperature change. Click on that and you can see the temperature changes, and notice here that look, we're 6 degrees colder by midnight tonight across central parts of England, much colder across central Scotland, at 8 degrees colder than it was 24 hours ago. And by going through those charts into tomorrow evening, you can see just how cold it is. Look, this is the chart for 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, and by then look, this is 10 degrees colder than it was at 7 o'clock this evening across much of England, and you see the whole countries in the blues there, showing that this cold weather is certainly on its way. As far as the NAO goes, this is the North Atlantic Oscillation, and this is the 14-day forecast, which keeps us into negative territory. So it's certainly seeing the westerly winds across the Atlantic being weakened, which is what's giving the opportunity for this cooler air to get in. So this is how things shape up then for the next few days. This is the chart for, let's just get forward a little bit, let's have a look at this afternoon. There we go, this is the chart for 1 o'clock this afternoon. See some cloud and drizzle across the south. The colder air now arriving towards the north, and it's all associated with a front that's just coming into the north of Scotland. I think through the course of the afternoon into this evening we'll find this front just slipping its way southwards, bring some showers down the eastern coast, but many parts of the north actually brightening up through this afternoon. Some clearer spells coming through this evening, but the south staying under cloudier, damper skies. Then I think what we'll find is through the early hours of the morning, clearer skies arriving to all the colder weather coming in, turning quite breezy in the south too, although these southern counties probably still suffering from some cloud and outbreaks of rain. For Friday, it's a much colder day with that north and northeasterly wind roar across the south. Still some showers across these far southern counties, but for many, excuse me, as well as being a brighter day, it'll be a cold one. Some showers for the north and also for the east. A frost overnight into Saturday morning, but I think too much of a breeze really across southeastern areas for too much of a frost here, most of it out to the west. Some cloud and some outbreaks of rain look affecting East Anglia and the southeast as well, but elsewhere it's a bright, quite frosty start to the day on Saturday, but still cold. Through Saturday afternoon, cloud and rain moving into northern and western Scotland, but the south stays dry with some good sunny spells, although again this southeast corner again clipped by cloud and outbreaks of rain. Overnight to Sunday we'll find cloud and rain affecting the north. These outbreaks of rain generally dry to the south and quite frosty then, I think, for East Anglia's southern parts of England. But notice how that low is moving its way south look into Sunday, brings more rain for northern and western Scotland, quite windy here. I think elsewhere it's broken cloud, a few showers around, but some bright spells too. Not quite so chilly on Sunday, but still quite cool. But then that low look swings its way south through Monday, brings rain through Wales and southwest England as well as through Ireland. Elsewhere it's sunny spells and showers, cool across Scotland and Ireland, but perhaps a little bit milder across the far southeast with this southwesterly flow coming in. And then in towards the day on Tuesday, we find the trough still to the south, so still some showers affecting parts of England and Wales through Tuesday. I think more persistent rain then arriving in the north and becoming cloudier too there and windier. And then into Wednesday, into Halloween, look, a deeper area of low pressure forms across northern Scotland. This brings rain to the west of Scotland, western England, Wales, southwest England and Ireland. Pretty windy as well. I think again, East Anglia in the southeast, not quite so chilly as the rest of the country, but that low is going to be swinging through into Thursday of next week, dominates across Scotland, and then we're into an unsettled pattern. Cool as well, if not cold, with a mix of sunny spells and showers. Now, total rainfall, this is how total rainfall appears for the next week. You see here we're still focusing, look, on generally dry weather across many central and eastern parts of the country. This rain across the north and the west really coming in next week, and down through Wales and the southwest coming in next week, not before. So we've still got the emphasis on this dry weather going into the beginning part of next week. It really is from kind of midweek that this stuff comes down and starts to affect northern and western areas. So this is total rainfall in millimetres for the next week. And if you just want to see how it goes, how this rainfall progresses, what you could do is actually come down the left hand side here. If you click under UK total rain, you'll be able to just scan through those charts, and you can watch the rainfall as it occurs across the country, and wherever you are then you can kind of pick out when and where the heaviest of your rain is going to be. You see, if I take this chart forward, this is taking us forward to midday on the 29th, so this is midday on Monday, and you can see even by then, yes, we've got an inch of rain for Western Wales, but for many parts of England, Wales and Scotland, it's still generally dry. It's after that you'll notice that the rain gets going properly, and it really isn't until late on in the period that we see anything of any significance. So that's a good chart to go and have a look at and just see how things develop. As far as further ahead goes, well, I think we need to get this this system out of the way off the eastern coast of the States before we can deal with it in any certainty. But at the moment, I think this idea of cooler blasts of air coming down through the country is one that we need to watch. And I also think that the ECMWF model is the model that's closer to what's going to happen just at the moment, because what that tends to want to do is to bring in cooler weather into next weekend, which I'll show you on this chart here. It wants to bring in much cooler weather into next weekend, with low pressure centered to the north of the country. This is the chart for the 4th of November. So this is the chart for Monday the 4th of November. Sorry, for Sunday the 4th of November, and you notice here that we've got this cold air up to the north, look, and a west and northwesterly flow. So I think the emphasis is still on this cooler, on these cooler conditions, and I think the ECMWF probably got this pinned down with the ridge building out to the west, this trough in between the ridge to the west and the ridge to the east, and this leading to cooler conditions for the UK. Although I have to say, not desperately cold, I still think this blast that comes forward at the end of next weekend, so this is getting into the 2nd and 3rd of November, will be more significant than this one, and probably brings some really cold conditions down through most areas, with some snow across the Highlands of Scotland, Ireland, and also across the hills of northern England. So, thanks again for watching. Lots of information there again for you, I know, but stuff to pick the bones out of, hopefully. As I said, the sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. By you coming back and using the adverts regularly, using the site regularly, that's what keeps us free of charge. So, thanks again for watching, and I just wanted one more thing to mention to you, which is we've added the charts for New Zealand onto the website now, as well as wind charts here for the UK. So, a couple of extra features there for you to go and have a look at the site. So, thanks again for watching, and bye for now. Keep the sun shining.